25 actors blacklisted in Hollywood for shocking reasons. From glittering red carpets to industry exile, Hollywood's power players can fall from grace in an instant. Join us as we uncover the shocking stories of stars who went from A-list to blacklisted and the scandals that changed their lives forever. 1. Charlie Sheen. In the cutthroat world of Hollywood, few falls from grace have been as spectacular as Charlie Sheen's. By early 2011, he was television's highest-paid actor, commanding an astronomical $24 million per season for 2.5 Men. His journey from serious, dramatic roles in Platoon and Wall Street to becoming America's favorite bad boy seemed unstoppable. But everything changed with one fateful Today Show appearance. "I have a disease," he announced, revealing his HIV diagnosis to millions. What followed was a bizarre spiral of public behavior that left fans and industry insiders stunned. Sheen's claims of possessing tiger blood and being on a drug called Charlie Sheen became viral sensations, but for all the wrong reasons. Behind the scenes, tensions reached a breaking point. Missed rehearsals and explosive confrontations with producer Chuck Lorre led to production grinding to a halt. When Ashton Kutcher stepped in as his replacement, viewers tuned out in droves, with ratings plummeting over 20%. 2. Mel Gibson. Once Hollywood's golden boy, Mel Gibson's career imploded in the summer of 2010. The Oscar-winning director of Braveheart and star of the Lethal Weapon franchise saw his reputation shattered when recordings from a 2006 DUI arrest surfaced. The tapes revealed shocking anti-Semitic remarks and racist tirades that sent shockwaves through the industry. The fallout was swift and severe. Major studios blacklisted him, with even The Hangover Part 2 dropping him from consideration. His production company became toxic, and the Directors Guild refused to support his projects. Despite attempts at rehabilitation through anger management and public apologies, Gibson's star had fallen. Though Hacksaw Ridge in 2016 earned critical acclaim and Oscar nominations, the damage was done. His net worth plummeted from $140 million to $75 million, and major studios continued to keep their distance. Insurance companies labeled him high risk, forcing him into independent productions. The man who once commanded $25 million per film became a cautionary tale about the price of unchecked anger and prejudice in modern Hollywood. 3. Mo'Nique. In 2010, Mo'Nique's raw, haunting performance in Precious earned her an Academy Award, marking what should have been the beginning of a legendary career. Her powerful acceptance speech celebrating black women in cinema resonated throughout Hollywood, but behind the scenes, storm clouds were gathering. The descent began when she refused to play by the industry's exhaustive promotional rules. Standing firm against what she called manipulative studio demands, Mo'Nique declined endless interview circuits and late-night appearances. The response was immediate and brutal. Studio executives who had once courted her talent began whispering about difficult behavior and attitude problems. By 2017, the conflict reached its breaking point. Netflix offered her $100,000 for a stand-up special, a fraction of what they paid her male counterparts with smaller audiences. When she demanded equal pay, doors began closing. Her net worth plummeted from $6 million to under $2 million, and prestigious roles dried up faster than California rain. 4. Rose McGowan. In October 2017, Rose McGowan did the unthinkable. She named her alleged rapist as Harvey Weinstein. Her explosive tweet ignited the #MeToo movement, forever changing Hollywood's power dynamics. But as survivors worldwide celebrated her courage, the industry machinery moved to silence her. The retaliation was calculated and complete. Her hit series character vanished from streaming platforms, festival invitations disappeared, and even her foundation supporting survivors struggled to secure funding. By 2019, her net worth had crashed from $4 million to barely $1 million. 5. Isaiah Washington. At the height of Grey's Anatomy's success, Isaiah Washington's Dr. Preston Burke was a fan favorite, commanding critical acclaim and devoted viewers. But a single homophobic slur during an on-set argument in 2006 triggered a catastrophic fall from grace. Despite public apologies and subsequent LGBTQ advocacy work, the industry's verdict was swift. By 2007, his character was written out, his $6 million net worth dwindled to $2 million, and mainstream Hollywood turned its back. His story became a stark reminder that in an era of increasing accountability, words can destroy careers faster than talent can build them. 6. Brendan Fraser. From battling mummies to battling Hollywood itself, Brendan Fraser's journey is a testament to courage and resilience. As the charismatic star of the Mummy franchise, he dominated box offices worldwide, with each installment grossing over $200 million. His versatility shone through comedic roles like George of the Jungle, making him a household name in the late 90s. But in December 2017, Fraser broke his silence about a dark chapter in his past. He publicly accused a high-ranking Hollywood Foreign Press Association member of sexual assault from 2003. The revelation sent shockwaves through the industry, leading to internal investigations and resignations within the HFPA. The aftermath was devastating. Phone calls dried up, scripts stopped arriving, and Fraser found himself increasingly isolated. Industry executives, citing potential litigation concerns, quietly steered clear. His net worth plummeted from $60 million to under $15 million as medical bills from years of stunt work mounted and roles became scarce. 7. Shia LaBeouf. Once hailed as Steven Spielberg's protege, Shia LaBeouf's descent from grace reads like a Hollywood tragedy. His transformation from Transformers heartthrob to troubled artist became a media spectacle. A 2014 arrest in Savannah marked the beginning of a dark spiral, culminating in serious allegations from former partner FKA Twigs in 2017. Studios swiftly distanced themselves, citing moral clauses. His fortune crumbled from $35 million to barely $5 million. Even independent filmmakers hesitated as insurance companies refused coverage for projects featuring the former star. 8. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes' story illustrates Hollywood's harsh treatment of mental health struggles. The Nickelodeon darling commanded $2 million per film by 2005, but a series of concerning incidents led to a very public breakdown. From DUI arrests to erratic social media posts, her struggles became tabloid fodder. By 2013, a court-appointed conservatorship marked the end of her mainstream career. Studios, citing insurance concerns, terminated contracts worth millions. Her journey from teen icon to industry outcast serves as a sobering reminder of fame's fragile nature and the industry's unforgiving stance on personal struggles. 9. Britney Spears. The pop princess's descent from entertainment royalty to industry exile stands as a stark reminder of Hollywood's complicated relationship with mental health. Her journey through a controversial conservatorship devastated not just her career, but her entire financial empire. From commanding multi-million-dollar deals, Spears watched her fortune crumble, plummeting from $12 million in 2012 to barely scraping $1 million by 2015 after mounting legal fees and lost opportunities. In a desperate bid to reinvent herself, she enrolled in fashion design school in 2016, seeking creative outlets away from the spotlight. But even as she attempted to rebuild, the industry's doors remained firmly shut. Her 2018 comeback attempts were thwarted by her conservators, highlighting the cruel irony of her situation. 10. Armie Hammer. From his breakout role in The Social Network to his Oscar-nominated performance in Call Me By Your Name, Armie Hammer seemed destined for Hollywood greatness. But in January 2021, leaked private messages containing disturbing content sent his career into a death spiral. Within 48 hours of the allegations surfacing, his talent agency severed ties, citing moral clause violations. The fallout was devastating. Major productions like Shotgun Wedding and The Offer halted, sending ripples through the industry. His once impressive $20 million net worth nosedived to below $5 million, crushed under legal costs and canceled contracts. Despite entering rehabilitation and denying wrongdoing, the damage was irreversible. Insurance companies labeled him toxic, and casting notices explicitly excluded him from roles involving intimate scenes. 11. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's dramatic fall from grace reads like a Hollywood script nobody wanted to produce. With 2 Academy Awards and critical acclaim for House of Cards, he seemed untouchable. Then came Anthony Rapp's accusation of sexual misconduct from 1986, triggering an avalanche of career-ending consequences. Netflix's response was immediate. Production suspended, promotional materials scrubbed clean. His role in All the Money in the World went to Christopher Plummer, costing millions in reshoots. The industry's rejection was complete. From the Academy rescinding honors to festivals barring his attendance, his fortune plummeted from $100 million to under $20 million, while failed attempts at European stage comebacks only highlighted his American industry exile. 12. Dorothy Comingore. In an era when Hollywood's darkest purges claimed countless careers, Dorothy Comingore's story stands as a haunting testament to industry persecution. Her breakthrough role in Citizen Kane, 1941, showcased her raw talent, but her refusal to bow to political pressure sealed her fate. The House Un-American Activities Committee's witch hunt targeted her relentlessly, with studio executives wielding communist accusations like weapons. Her brave stand against naming colleagues in 1952 came at a devastating cost. Flimsy perjury charges related to a Los Angeles payroll scandal emerged, transparent attempts to silence a voice that refused to be quieted. Her story remains a powerful reminder of Hollywood's capacity for both creating stars and destroying them. 13. John Garfield. Born Jacob Julius Garfinkel in New York's gritty streets, John Garfield's rise to Oscar-nominated performances in Gentleman's Agreement and Body and Soul embodied the American dream. His authentic portrayals of working-class characters resonated deeply with audiences, earning him both critical acclaim and studio attention. However, his principled stand against the House Un-American Activities Committee in 1951 proved fatal to his career. Refusing to compromise his beliefs or name names, he found himself not just blacklisted, but systematically erased from Hollywood's elite circles. The stress of constant legal battles and industry persecution took its toll. At just 39, Garfield succumbed to a heart attack, his funeral attended by only a handful of loyal friends. 14. Barbara Payton. Barbara Payton's story epitomizes Hollywood's cruel capacity for building stars only to destroy them. The Minnesota-born actress blazed onto screens with Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye, her platinum blonde beauty and vibrant presence promising a legendary career, but a scandalous love triangle involving actors Franchot Tone and Tom Neal in 1951 triggered her downfall. The industry's judgment was merciless. Universal International terminated her contract, launching a spiral of personal and professional disasters. Multiple marriages, substance abuse, and public scandals followed, each headline driving her further from comeback possibilities. By her tragic death from alcohol poisoning in 1967, the former star, who once commanded $100,000 per film, died penniless, her story serving as a stark reminder of Hollywood's unforgiving nature. 15. Jeffrey Jones. The transformation from beloved character actor to industry pariah came swiftly for Jeffrey Jones. Rising to fame through memorable roles in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Beetlejuice, and Amadeus, his distinctive presence made him a fixture in 1980s cinema. But in 2002, a shocking revelation would destroy his career overnight. The Los Angeles Police Department's discovery of explicit images involving minors in his home led to immediate arrest. Facing serious charges of possession and failure to register as a sex offender, Jones accepted a plea deal that mandated 18 months of probation and mandatory treatment. His $2 million fortune evaporated to barely $100,000 as legal fees mounted and residual payments dried up. 16. Fatty Arbuckle. Before the talkies revolutionized Hollywood, Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle's comedy ruled the silent screen. Commanding an unprecedented $1 million annual salary at Paramount, his slapstick genius seemed unstoppable. But September 5, 1921 changed everything when accusations of assault against actress Virginia Rappe led to her death 4 days later. Despite ultimate acquittal after 3 trials, the damage was irreversible. Studios, fearing public backlash, enforced a complete ban on his appearances. Working under the pseudonym William Goodrich, he retreated behind the camera, directing comedies in obscurity. His tragic death in 1933, alone in a New York hotel room, marked the end of a cautionary tale that would reshape Hollywood's moral landscape. 17. Vanessa Marquez. Vanessa Marquez's journey from breakthrough television star to industry outcast illuminates Hollywood's darker side. Her portrayal of nurse Wendy Goldman earned critical acclaim, but her courage in confronting systemic racism and exploitation in 2000 proved career-ending. Speaking out about pay disparities and discriminatory casting practices led to swift retaliation, with studios systematically removing her from consideration for roles. The industry's rejection deepened her struggles with mental health, culminating in a tragic 2018 confrontation with police during a welfare check at her South Pasadena apartment. Her death sparked crucial conversations about mental health support and police response protocols, while exposing the devastating personal cost of challenging Hollywood's power structure. 18. Howard Rollins. Howard Rollins' journey from Oscar nominee to industry outcast illustrates the brutal intersection of personal struggles and Hollywood's unforgiving nature. His commanding performance in Ragtime earned him an Academy Award nomination in 1981, but beneath the surface, addiction was taking hold. By 1983, a cocaine possession arrest in Beverly Hills marked the beginning of his downfall. The industry's response was ruthless. His $100,000 per episode salary vanished as producers dismissed him from hit shows, citing reliability concerns. Multiple DUI arrests by 1992 made him virtually uninsurable, reducing a once promising career to occasional independent films. His fortune crumbled from $2 million to barely $50,000, while treatment remained elusive. When AIDS complications claimed his life in 1996, aged just 46, Hollywood's response was telling: silence. 19. Sondra Locke. Sondra Locke's rise and fall reads like a Hollywood noir. Her Oscar-nominated debut in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, 1968, launched a career that would become entangled with Clint Eastwood's star power. Their professional and personal partnership produced box office hits, but their 1989 split triggered an industry earthquake. Her palimony suit exposed the dark side of Hollywood relationships, alleging systematic blacklisting by Eastwood's powerful circle. Previously open doors slammed shut. Scripts disappeared, and her $4 million net worth evaporated in legal battles. Even her transition to directing faced mysterious funding obstacles. When cardiac arrest claimed her in 2018, the industry that once celebrated her talent barely acknowledged her passing. 20. Corey Feldman. From The Lost Boys to Lost Opportunities, Corey Feldman's transformation from 80s icon to industry pariah showcases Hollywood's defensive response to uncomfortable truths. His 2017 allegations of widespread child abuse within the industry sparked immediate backlash. Major networks refused to air his documentary, Truth Be Told, citing legal concerns rather than content. The financial impact was severe. His net worth plummeted from $2 million to under $500,000 as legal fees mounted and production opportunities vanished. Yet Feldman persisted, turning to independent screenings and establishing support networks for abuse survivors, even as corporate sponsors maintained their distance. 21. Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy's radiant presence lit up screens throughout the late 1990s, but her story would take a devastating turn. Rising to fame through Clueless and 8 Mile, her career trajectory seemed unstoppable. However, her 2003 marriage to British screenwriter Simon Monjack marked the beginning of her industry exile. Her unwavering support of Monjack during his visa controversy made her toxic to studios. Insurance companies labeled her high risk, and by 2006, even modest film roles became scarce. Her fortune dwindled from $3 million to barely $200,000, crushed under mounting legal fees and her husband's escalating debts. On December 20th, 2009, tragedy struck. Murphy collapsed in her Hollywood Hills home, succumbing to a lethal combination of pneumonia, anemia, and multiple drug intoxication. Monjack's similar death 5 months later sparked widespread conspiracy theories, but the industry remained conspicuously silent. 22. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin's fall from grace proved that even Hollywood's architects weren't immune to political winds. By 1940, his silent-era genius had amassed him a $30 million empire and unprecedented creative control through United Artists. Yet his outspoken political views during the Red Scare era sealed his fate. In 1952, while traveling in London, the U.S. Immigration Service denied his re-entry, citing moral turpitude and alleged communist sympathies. Forced into European exile at 63, Chaplin continued creating, notably with A King in New York, 1957, a biting satire of McCarthyism. Though honored with a Special Academy Award in 1972, he never returned to work in Hollywood, spending his final years in Swiss seclusion. 23. Gail Sondergaard. Gail Sondergaard's story marked Hollywood's first major blacklist victim. The Academy Award-winning actress saw her illustrious career, including memorable roles in The Mark of Zorro and The Letter, destroyed overnight. When HUAC's 1947 communist allegations surfaced, studios immediately severed ties, dropping her from a high-profile Cecil B. DeMille production. Her weekly salary evaporated from $3,500 to nothing, forcing her into regional theater and occasional radio work. Despite never facing formal charges, the mere whisper of communist sympathies proved enough to end a career built on talent and dedication. When Gail Sondergaard fled to England in 1955, she carried with her the shattered remnants of a once promising career. Despite her acclaimed performances and undeniable talent, the mere whisper of left-wing sympathies had transformed her from rising star to industry outcast. Her desperate attempts to find work across the Atlantic proved futile, as Hollywood's blacklist cast a shadow that stretched far beyond American shores. Her financial decline was as dramatic as her artistic one. The comfortable cushion built from early successes dwindled to mere survival money. Even when the infamous Blacklist officially ended in the 1960s, the industry's memory proved longer than its conscience. Her final, uncredited appearance in 1979 served as a haunting epilogue to a career destroyed by political paranoia. 24. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's fall from grace represents one of entertainment's most dramatic reversals of fortune. As the star of The Cosby Show, he crafted an image of paternal wisdom that resonated across America, building a $400 million empire through groundbreaking television deals and lucrative endorsements. But in December 2014, that carefully constructed facade crumbled when Andrea Constand's civil lawsuit exposed decades of alleged sexual misconduct. The floodgates opened as more than 60 women stepped forward with similar accusations spanning nearly half a century. His 2018 conviction for aggravated indecent assault resulted in a prison sentence that shocked the nation. The industry's response was swift and absolute. Networks purged his shows from their schedules, streaming platforms deleted his content, and publishers recalled his books. His fortune evaporated under the weight of legal fees and lost royalties, plummeting to less than $20 million by 2020. Even his Presidential Medal of Freedom was rescinded, a symbolic stripping of his cultural legacy. These stories of blacklisted stars remind us that Hollywood's glamour often masks deeper struggles. While some found redemption, others vanished into obscurity, their tales serving as powerful reminders of an industry's capacity for both creation and destruction. 24 actors blacklisted in Hollywood for shocking reasons.